We are the performers who live in Pulau Pinang. Hey, yeah, yeah. And if you call us entertainers, you would not be so wrong. Yeah. It's part and parcel.
And welcome to the Penang Heritage Art Festival podcast. I'm Lorraine. Today we are going to listen more about the festival itself from the three organizers, Mr. J, Miss Aida, and also Mr. Jerome. So welcome to the podcast, gents and ladies. So my first question is actually more on say a few words or describe each of your organization, one sentence. Coming from Mr. J.
Okay, Penang players, we specialize in theatre in Penang, amateur theatre.
Studio Pentas, we're a platform for providing performing arts training that is inclusive and accessible for the community.
So the Penang Jazz Society is promoting everything that is jazz.
Very nicely put. Thank you for sharing. So I want to get to understand how three of you came together, since you three of you are here.
Okay, that's an interesting story. I'm the main culprit. Started writing a play, Memes, a Love Story, in 2019. And this was under the impulse to try something with music and dance, because we've been staging straight drama for many years before that. So, but one of the headaches of any Broadway style musical is you need actors who can sing and dance. So I thought, no, that's too much of a step to take. So let's get musicians to make the music, dancers to dance, and actors to act. So in hunting around possible collaborators, I stumbled upon the wonderful talents of Miss Aida and Mr. Jerome, who cooperated with me to make this impossible play possible.
Okay. Now maybe I want to hear from Mr. Jerome, right? When you were part of this play, how were you involved in a sense for Mr. J?
Well, it all started when Mr. J gave me a call. Can I meet you on this day and time? I think if I'm not mistaken, at the KFC Masjid, Jalan Masjid, and he said he has a proposition. So I just went there, and then I listened, and then from there, it sounds good. So like the rest, like they say, his history.
Yes, that's good. Then how about Miss Aida? How your dancers, involved in Mr. J's play?
Yeah, we were supporting in all the in-between scenes, but the scenes were the dance scenes were actually coming from Jay's script, of the minds of the characters in the play, what they were imagining, what the characters were imagining, it pops up through dance.
Oh,
Yeah,
so basically the dreaming or
the
what they're
dreaming,
thinking,
it comes up through
dances.
dance. Correct. And
So-
so it was the first time we all came together and worked on it. And that was a great experience, and we wanted to continue.
Yeah. So you said that you're continuing this collaboration, right? So then when or how exactly this collaboration end up being the Penang Heritage Arts Festival? Let's let the lady start first this round.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I have to kind of like go a bit back in time. We actually met through, we knew of each other. Of course, I knew Jerome and I knew Jay, Penang Players and Jazz Society. But during COVID, we were all in an online WhatsApp group together. Many of us, theatre, dance, music, visual arts, we were all lamenting of how hard and dreadful COVID times are and how we're going to sustain. In fact, it was even before COVID. It was when the change of government that we all already met up and said we need to kind of bring the new government to recognize all of us, and all the independent art groups outside performing art groups. So through that, we were already talking about a festival, and I think that was like might have been like, if it's 4 years ago since COVID, then it was 5 years ago since a change of yeah. So the heritage has been, I mean, the arts festival have been in our discussion. We've written several times a potential proposal, but it never went through all the way. This is the first time it went through and got some support thanks to Yayasan Hasana.
I see. So maybe from Mr. J's side, like, how did your organization like say, let's do this festival together?
Well, like what Ida has mentioned earlier, it was because of this initiative of getting together even when there was a change of government, because we can see, I myself can see that the potential of of cross collaboration, and I think what we need here is like, like a kind of unity to move together, so that you become it will give us some leverage when we are like approaching when we approach the government or even sponsor, because now is like there's just too many of us who are freelancing, so we are not strong as a group. So with crossing the boundary, I think like with music, dance, and theater, it can come out with it can result in a very interesting artistic innovation. Especially like you talk about memes. That time I just look at it, it's like, wow, this is like something different. Yeah.
I see.
And also at the same time, also to add it more, we also find that we need another sort of like localized festival that will give more opportunity to the locals to get involved. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you. You actually highlight about the local artists themselves, and actually all of you are actually using this as a platform for the local artists. Now we need to talk about the funds to actually run the festival. So I think Mr. J is the perfect person to talk about how did you fund for this festival.
Okay, as you heard from them, we've been trying from 2019. Yeah. And actually, we had approached the state government and proposed annual festival. And actually, we had good feedback. But COVID came in the way, and we continued to source for funds from Arts Fast. Now, Arts Fast from Yayasan Hasana actually was an initiative by the government to help the artists who had lost income during those horrible lockdowns. So, and in fact, I had applied to Yayasan for my play just coming out of the lockdown, A Plague Upon Your House, and was surprised that they gave us some money for that. So that was very helpful. And then we continued over the years as a unit for the festival. So suddenly in 2025, we got the grant, not as much as we wanted, but good enough to take the initiative to try out this festival on a pilot mode.
I see. So for this case, right, when you were doing the funding, so what was the expected budget in this festival that you are doing right now?
We had applied for 250K, which is actually a modest sum. But we got less than half.
I see. So from that, did you actually look for corporate sponsors for the festival as well?
It's not easy to look for corporate sponsors who are supporting the arts. There is a lot of CSR in Penang, but they go for environment and education and stuff like that, you see. So we hope people listening to this will help us identify corporates who want to support the arts and use this festival in future years to do what they can.
I see. Now I'm gonna try and shift the question to maybe starting with Mr. Jerome. I'm just wondering, like, because the event is going to be done in Bangunan UAB, so do you mind, like, maybe share what is the background or reason why Bangunan UAB was used for this festival?
Okay, we were actually scouting for a few location, and one of the problem that Penang faces is that there isn't any proper concert venue. Okay, and also at the same time, unfortunately, like certain venue like Day One, Sri Penang, which is where everybody uses that venue for performances, we heard is going to undergo a renovation, which will take quite some time, and then of course we no longer have Penang Pack. So as we were scouting for the location, and as the title of the festival suggests, Penang Heritage and Arts Festival, so it will be really good to have it on the location that has a certain heritage, branding. So after looking, so Jay suggested UAB, which is an old building, and I think it's under Khazanah, and and then they give a very good price. So we thought it's a good location, because of the heritage background it has.
Okay, so maybe even Miss Ida, do you want to add on to the
I
building?
mean, being an artist in Penang known for site response or site-specific work, place-based kind of creations, for me it was important. I rarely do indoor creations, but this time I moved to moving indoor with my works, and looking at UAB with its past history from the whole area being where Hakka businesses were a lot with the community. That I think the building was actually taken in made for a tycoon named Yo Wee Gark, and he actually asked in architecture that was popular at the time. If I'm not mistaken, David Nathaniel, and he was making it in the most modern way at that time. It became a beautiful colonial mansion for the tycoon, and during the occupation and war, it became an administrative center for the Japanese. So looking at that history, it would be full of stories. And for me, again, site is very important. So bringing young people there and giving them a bit of the background, and then seeing what creations come out from the space was what interests me a lot, I think. And then it became an hotel. Oh, of course, it was a bank also. So information from a place can give spirit to the creation.
I see. So you mentioned that because 3 different disciplines, 3 different genres of art come together in one location. So what are the advantage or challenge that you see having these 3 types of genres in one place? Maybe we can start with Miss Ida, then Mr. J.
Yeah, so as we said, it's not anything new. The merging and the collaboration of theatre, dance, and music has been from before. All our traditional forms from Mat Yong has already, having this element of music, theatre, and dance. But what we want to emphasize here is the modern evolving from the tradition, evolving and continuing. That's very important emphasis for this Heritage Arts Festival. And also because the building itself, when they had this interior change and restoration and planning, they really made it so modern inside the design, so that people want to come and continue and live and make the space alive. So why not have the festival there? It's quite ideal, bringing back again that tradition of music, dance, and theatre together.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Mr. J being
Yeah.
a player, right?
Yes.
So you need the space. How do you want to describe the challenges?
See, our separate genres actually can exist anywhere, but the opportunity what UAB brings to it is a closeness which we hope our individual audiences will learn about each other's genres and actually trigger future collaborative works, which I think is the key. Of course, we can continue doing our particular genres throughout the year, but at least once a year, there should come time where people attempt collaborative works, because that is a very fundamental issue of creativity. Creativity comes when you work with somebody new. So I think the UAB will foster it.
I see. Then maybe I'll go back to Mr. Jerome. Like, what was the challenges you faced when coming together for this festival? Was it who are the players in your society, or what are the challenges you face to bring this festival?
Okay, the challenges actually at the beginning is like, to curate the program, because we are trying to, fit everyone in, from professionals to the, to the young talents, and also to the budding, university students, as well as the community group. So, like for example, when you involve some of the performers who are, let's say, from a school, so we need to approach the teacher, and then the teacher has to do the paperwork to get the approval. And then the next thing is actually like for the Malaysian music reimagine, we need to take some time to actually arrange the music, and then also to get to scout for the talent, because we may have our musician, but sometimes you need to get in some guests to make it more interesting. So that is one of the challenges, to find the players, to get the approval if the performers belong to an education organization. And then on top of that, of course, we have to work between the budget that's allocated to us, and it's not easy. So we have to, like, sometimes, okay, maybe we may have this X amount of program at the beginning, then in the end we have to maybe cut down the program so that it could fit into the budget. And the next thing is actually getting everybody to commit to that project, including those players from the jazz society, because everybody has their other commitments, and also setting the rehearsals.
Yes, the long rehearsal. So for Miss Aida, do you see the same challenges, or maybe you have some more unique challenge for your dance genre?
I mean, this challenge is especially in Penang, maybe not so much in Kuala Lumpur. Penang, in a way, even though a lot, when you see the Georgetown Heritage Festival and all that, and you see, wow, yes, multicultural people are dancing together, performing together, you feel that there's already an intercultural exchange and collaboration happening within the dance genres, right, or form. But actually, not in Penang. They're very in the different spaces. They exist in the different spaces. They practice in different spaces. Very rare of really intercultural exchange performance happening among the Malay community, Chinese and Indian community. And it's a little bit more here than in Kuala Lumpur. I mean Kuala Lumpur because of the schools and Aswara and ASK Dance Company and a lot of companies. It's not so big a issue compared to Penang. The challenge here is so tremendous, I think, for dance. Just having me starting up something, a program or event or a class or a workshop, it's harder for me to advertise and promote and get participants. People are judging one another. Say, who's the teacher? Who is the person? Are they recognized? Yeah. Am I talking too soft?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nearer. Yeah. They do not participate in one another's project. Yeah. So that's why it's so important for festivals like this to see that it's not just about your work and we promote it as it is, but we can kind of have an exchange, as well as maybe like Afif, my artist, who's doing about Baba Nyonya, which is not his community, not his regular Malay community, but with the Penang Chinese State Association. And I think we want to do that, and that's a challenge here for him and for me. Even now, worrying about our program, the title is so Melayu or so Indian. As soon as we said Heritage Arts Festival, one of my Chinese dancers said, "Oh, is that an Indian program?" And I'm like, no. When you talk about heritage, it sounds like an Indian program. Like, how they assume things, and this is just on the dance level. You know what I mean? You would say, oh yeah, because dancers, they're not mixing, but actually we're saying cultural is a culture is supposed to bring people together, but especially here it's a big challenge because maybe it was separated from a long time back. They do practice, they do show Heritage Festival, they're always there, but we haven't encouraged them to collaborate and be in a space together.
So in your case, it's about when different dance cultures are not jiving as well. So I understand that can be a challenge, especially.
Yeah.
So dance and music is one thing, but for the theatre, the drama, so what is the drama for Penang players this round?
Okay. We cannot be too ambitious in ultimate collaboration. It has to come naturally, and we feel that by choosing heritage as the basis, future young artists will find a way to make things work, even coming from different backgrounds, different languages, different cultures. So, yeah, watch out for this space. It will be exciting in the future.
Thank you for keeping that quite poignant, actually, about even the theatre space itself. Now, who are partnering with you for this festival? Because it's not only just the 3 societies, but also where is the partners coming in for this round's festival?
Okay, we had sought to get craftsmen to perform. So, but unfortunately, we could not get anyone in time, and so we had to get other partners like people who are in similar areas, but having their own genres, subgenres, So we won't say too much about them, but when individually we have interviews regarding particular events, I think you can find out more about that.
Okay, what about for the dance and also for jazz? You can share who are partnering with you for this festival.
Yeah. So the 4 different companies that are performing for the Sasana Kala production, the Grace Sumayao and Pentas Tari, Wind River Productions, and the Euphoria Penang Modern Dance Ensemble, and they are partnering in a way to produce and present their works. We also have some traditional bearers, as I say, with the plantation songs of the Indian estate workers. A researcher in KL who's coming to also speak with my dancer, choreographer. They are also partnering with us. So we're looking at even the Penang Chinese State Bangunan ladies will be coming in. So we're kind of put what do you call it? Meet up the young and the older traditional bearers in partnering to create a program for dance. Other than them, I just want to also mention, because I didn't mention it earlier, we've got PHAF, who's also a big sponsor of our Penang Heritage Arts Festival. And at the same time for dance, because I have to keep the amount, Jay said, is half of what we actually ask for. So for dance, it's that's another challenge. Is the money to get these programs going. So I have to apply for more funds to support one of the dance group. So approaching PHAF and YB Wong Han Wai, we managed to get a little bit for the whole festival. But Penang Arts Council have just said yes yesterday to one of the smaller program for dance, which is Nartana. So we thank the Penang Arts Council. A little amount, but it's helpful. It really helps for us. Yeah.
From Mr. Joe.
Yeah, so from our side, our other partners is a group known as the Banana Brass. So they are actually basically is a community-based group who love to perform. So they are coming on board. And then USM Music Department, because we are getting some of their students to have a program of their own. And then we also have schools like the Hanchiang High School, and also the Penang Symphony Orchestra, which they are sending in their junior orchestra. So these are some of the partners that we have. And also with the group from KL, we work with Music Nation, and also WVC trio. Yeah.
So having all these people behind us and supporting us, I just want to thank at the same time Kenny Ng from Penang Arts District and Shito at Hinbas, because they've always been so actively supporting the arts. And we hope that eventually in the next year that they come on board a little bit more to work with us. Yeah, because when we get together all these organizations in Penang, then it strengthens the festival. Yeah.
Or maybe as well as Mr. J, the part like for Penang players, is there anyone that is partnering with you as well?
No.
Purely Penang players.
It's our initiative.
Yes.
But we are using heritage as a vehicle to inspire future collaborations, because it's not so easy, especially to do with language and the individualism of playwrights and directors. So this will give them an insight on how to do it in the future.
Okay, that's good. So maybe just a little bit more. How did you come about to approach International College Penang in your festival as well? I'm just actually curious on my own part.
I had a previous, shall we say, collaboration when I handled the Puzzlers Challenge under Penang Mensa to hold it in Inti College. We needed some venue, and luckily the contact was in my phone when this idea came along that I could use Inti students and staff to help in the publicity and the social media aspects of the festival, which is a very key component. And so when I emailed your principal, straight away she answered, okay. So what a pleasant surprise. No further things were needed. She just put things into motion, and we came and explained what we wanted to do, and it just worked magically. So we are so happy. Inti is very special, and it actually saves us a lot of headaches to do with the promotion and the publicity aspect of the festival.
And maybe just to dive in a little bit, maybe our two other guests can actually share a bit more, like how Inti's collaboration helped your societies and also your production.
Well, I think the facilities itself, as this part of the mass comm, does help in more of the festival, to promote the festival. But at the same time, it's actually a very good experience for the students to have the hands-on on how to run an event. Yeah. So we are very happy to come into this very nice studio here to have this podcast. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I think just to share that we do not have a full-time machine for any arts in Penang. Yeah, so when we have to engage someone from the outside, an artist, who, yes, they will charge very highly, but two, they are very much more into the commercial aspect. So very hard for them to come down and say heritage, arts, So it takes a lot of, back and forth. And being Studio Pentas that is interested in nurturing the young and to increase the resource, the skills, the people. I think it's perfect to work together with Inti. We don't have enough of them in the arts, in the performing arts. So yeah.
All right. So I have some, maybe from Mr. J's side. Is there an official launch for this festival? Yeah. Oh, okay. You can answer. That would be good.
Yeah. So we will be opening the festival on May 1st at 9:30 to 11 in the morning at Bangunan UAB, with YB Wong attending and opening it with us, together with us. So that will be our official launch. We will try to bring in a bit of music and small dance performance. And before that, we will will have a media press conference on April 17, arranged. Hopefully, if it works out. So we've already planned those days out. So we hope we can get people in for the opening.
All right. And when I interviewed three of you, I think for this episode of the podcast, I want Mr. Jerome to maybe share what is the overall theme for the Penang Heritage Arts Festival. Giving you the mic.
The concept here is, using the existing local material and then innovate, make it into a new, fresh ideas or arrangement. That is what we are doing, and also at the same time is we want more local artists to be involved.
Moving the past through our bodies and expression.
Oh, lovely. Very poignant from Penang players.
Yeah. The theme for this pilot is using heritage as the basis for creativity and collaboration.
All right. Now, before we wrap our podcast, your message to the audience to come for this festival. Give a good message out there.
Penang, we want you to come to this festival for a few reasons. One is to really have the experience of our past through stage, through music, through dance. Because to read it from history books is one thing, but to really live the past through our eyes and through the interpretation of all our young people is an experience that you must not miss. I hope you come and have a great time.
All right. Yeah.
Well, just one last thing is just come and support the arts, and this hopefully will bring the level of art to the next level. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Wrap it up with Miss Aida. Do you want to? You have your last words for this podcast.
Yeah, come with an open heart, not just to to watch us, but as a space for learning, understanding, and connecting, bridging tradition through contemporary expressions. Yeah. All right.
Lovely words. Three of you closed it well. I want to thank Mr. J, Miss, and also Mr. Jerome. Penangites and those who are watching this podcast, feel it in your bones, and also please support your local artists in the Penang Heritage Art Festival. We will see you on May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and May 8, 9, 10. Feel the arts through your bones, feel it in your heart and soul. We'll see you then.
The acts from all over have found some common ground to celebrate this heritage. Now please heed the call. This coming May, let's get together at the UAB Hall. Yaya Sana has provided the wherewithal for the Penang Heritage Arts Festival. The entire staff and students are helping to organize this unique pilot project.